Hey there, everybody. Welcome to our new edition of Big Brother 22 All-Stars Live Feed Spoilers, our triple eviction preview spectacular. Insert air horn sound effects, all this great. It's all happening in hours away.
Yes!
I have said in the past, I'm usually not all in on these like big double, triple eviction shows because I like sort of seeing plans come together, but there are no plans coming together. This is a very dull I'm in at this point. This season has willed me over to being in on the triple eviction because we need something to get us excited.
I am so excited about this triple. I can't wait. I love doubles and triples and all this kind of stuff.
We have a lot to get into here. I mean, we'll talk a little bit about format-wise, how this show could work. We'll sort of tell you a little bit of what happened on the feeds. They went down earlier today to kind of prepare you for all of this. We will make some predictions. We may, mainly me, take an L on some of these predictions later.
I will probably also take an L because ENZO being my preseason winner pick and him getting as far as he did is like not heard of for me. Usually they're like first or second gone.
You're not taking an L on ENZO tonight. Of course,
No,
I say this now,
Come
and then
on.
something crazy happens later. But
okay, knock on wood.
well, my winner pick's going out right away. So you're doing better than I am. But anyway, before we get into this craziness, because there is craziness, if you enjoy this video, give us a like, subscribe, hit that notification bell. We also have our latest review of The Boys coming up later today. If you love The Boys, support us further as well. Check those links to the store as well as our Patreon.
All right, so let's talk about the show tonight.
Yes.
Because normally the eviction is live, not live. Guys, not live.
It sounds like they may already be taping it. Like somebody could already be evicted at the very point in which we're discussing this. I don't know if the feeds are going to come back while we're doing this, but I doubt it. The thing is that there is a lot of stuff they have to get together. Production is smaller than usual. That could be a component here. Also, it is freakishly hot out here in California for the start of October.
Yeah, yesterday was 41. Yes, I am still in Celsius because I'm Canadian and I still haven't been able to figure it out yet, but that is hot.
It is so hot, in fact, that the electric companies are basically sending out those warnings that there could be rotating outages, and I think they're worried that the power in the house could get shut down at any given point briefly.
It's possible. It's 39 Celsius today.
It is hot. That is what you need to know.
It is so hot that my flower out on the porch started to wilt. I had to bring it inside.
It's all right. We're nursing it back to health. The flower's going to be okay.
I hope so, because it's really just dying right now.
Okay, come on. You can do it. I believe in you. The format of this show, though, it could be weird because it all depends on... We have the first eviction, which is probably going to be Kevin. Then, if they do the Big Brother Canada model, they'll have an HOH, they'll nominate 3 people, and 2 people will get evicted on that HOH. But they could also do something where Kevin goes, they have an HOH, someone gets evicted, they have another HOH, someone else gets evicted, and then late tonight they may have another HOH that we probably aren't going to get to see on the feeds.
That is what I am hoping for. That is what I need, because that is that type of like energy and chaos of one after another. I'm just looking for so badly. I am like, this is amazing. I can't wait.
Come back after the triple eviction airs tonight. We're gonna have a video where we'll talk everything through. We'll record right away, and I mean, we may just be just like we may not actually be able to have any sort of like proper emotional rendering at the time in which this is over.
It's possible. I mean, and also the Big Brother Canada triple eviction was brought up in the house.
Yeah, like they have this. Somebody is aware of this. I don't remember exactly who first brought it up, but there is discussion about it. Nicole seems to believe that this is too unfair. Which, actually, I hate to say it, but I kind of agree with Nicole. I don't like how Big Brother Canada does this. I don't like that one HOH gets to evict 2 people. But since when has Big Brother ever been fair?
No, it hasn't ever been fair. We've seen all kinds of twists, like what happened with Big Jeff, that have come into the game and just like completely have not been fair and just saved people or screwed people over. This game is not fair. So we all just have to put on our hard hats for that, Nicole.
Yeah, and even still, like, the Coup de Jeff stunk. I still, like, there's things still in Big Brother Canada that I think are just as bad as that on some level as well. Like, I think something happened to Bruno in Big Brother Canada 3 with the power that was just like, really? Really this late in the game? So, be prepared for shenanigans. Be prepared for, because we also still have that Dr. Will component in all of this.
Yep, where there's going to be powers and prizes. This is going to be so chaotic. I can't wait.
I feel like they're going to disappoint us and there is no real power that's going to happen at all.
I am living in Unicorn Land. I need something that's a little bit exciting for this season. I'm really still very happy that we actually have a season. I didn't think we were going to get one, so I'm happy we have one. But tonight's the night, guys.
Please don't do the Orphan Annie decoder ring from A Christmas Story thing with Dr. Will, where we get so excited that he's going to bring something great and then he's going to show up tonight and he's just like, be sure to drink your Ovaltine, guys, and then he's going to walk away.
Oh, no, it's not. It's not.
Unicorn Land.
Listen, Will's not going to show up for that nonsense.
Yes, Will.
Will is showing up for the magic that I'm putting out into the air tonight.
If Will dresses up and comes up dressed as a unicorn, we will not actually be able to record because we will be physically dead. But let's talk the first eviction here. It's gonna be Kevin, guys. There's no surprise here.
No, I mean, I know he's really pushing this narrative of David took that money and whatever, and I know some people were pissed about it, but they seem to have all moved on. I mean, Kevin's going.
I think one of the things that has hurt Kevin a little bit here, and I know a lot of people are annoyed that they seemingly gave too much away to the house guests in that Dr. Will clue, but I think because of this, nobody's really paying that much attention to Kevin versus David anymore. I think that's all kind of unfortunately just a reminder that they never really cared that much about either one of them in the first place, that they're all much too concerned now thinking about possible triples and doubles and all this other nonsense.
Yeah, it's really unfair to Kevin and what is going on, because you're right, nobody is really paying attention to that. And I know I've read the comments, there's a lot of people out there that are like, why did they give away this sort of drama early? Because we all want to watch it unfold. Yeah. But I think that they did it for exactly this reason. It's just that the house has been a little bit dry. It has been one big alliance steamrolling, predictable after predictable, so that they wanted to be like, hey guys, just so you know, not so predictable this week. And they wanted this.
Yeah, I think they wanted to have diary rooms too of people sort of talking about who they might be wanting to target, all that other sort of stuff before things get a little bit crazy. And they're getting crazy right away. So let's move into as we're sort of previewing, let's say Kevin goes. Mm-hmm. Now we are at the first part of, I guess, the second eviction of the triple eviction.
Yeah, I think a lot of this just is going to depend on who's going to end up sort of winning in this, winning these HOHs. But even putting that aside, some of the people that I am the most worried about, or not worried about, but that I am worried about David. I will say that. I'm worried that David is going to go, because he is sort of an easy get him out sort of thing. Nobody's going to be that upset about it. I know that some people are like, I'd like to keep David around, but I don't think anyone's going to really put all their chips into, David right now. So, but the other person that, if she doesn't win, or it's not Tyler that's HOH, I think Christmas is done, because there is a lot of people in the house that want to get rid of her. She has shown that she's quite a little bit explosive in the house. People probably, this is the best time to get rid of her, because if she's going to be mad about it, she's only going to be able to be mad about it for like a day, and then she's going to go, and then nobody has to deal with it. I don't think anybody wants to put Christmas on the block and then have to deal with it for a week.
Can you imagine the jury house after all of this? You're going to send a really angry Christmas over to poor Ian and Davon and Kevin.
I know.
My heart goes out. Christmas, it's just so quick to get mad. Like, she was so upset last night because Danny was spending too much time talking to the people on the block, and she thought like this was going to have like some catastrophic jury advantage to Danny. Like, these people are smarter than that Christmas.
They are, and they're not. I think Danny is doing the right thing of spending time with people who are on the block, because we've seen in the past where people who are on the block are then just isolated, and we've even seen at the beginning of this season people who are on the block and were like, please don't stop talking to me, because that has been a strategy over the past few seasons where it's like, oh, that person on the block, no one's allowed to talk to that person. They're just like by themselves eating. It's just sad. So she's using that opportunity. Good for Danny for using that opportunity. You should have thought of it first, Christmas.
I'm going to take my shot right here
All right,
on this HOH, because I'm guessing there's going to be at least one questions HOH tonight, regardless of if there's one HOH or two. But I think Danny's going to win an HOH here because she's studied a lot. I think Nicole has studied a lot as well, but I don't want to live in a world right now where Nicole wins HOH because I feel like Nicole, she's one of the most likely people to do something that's really, really boring because she is kind of protected from a lot of different angles. So I don't want Nicole to win HOH right away. I'm more okay with Danny, even though, because Danny will probably go after Christmas.
Yeah, she will probably go after Christmas. Nicole will go after David. I think that Tyler's going to be winning one of these HOHs tonight. I just feel like it's been a little while since he's won one, and I don't know. He's really good at sort of winning this stuff near the end. I think that he's going to win one of these HOHs.
I think if one of them is like the Jeff Schroeder Memorial Clown Shoe competition, I think that's Tyler's to sort of get it. I think, it's a little similar to OTEV, and I know Cody won OTEV, but Cody really just won OTEV because David took the money and decided not to go up there on the ramp. So
yeah, it's true.
I think more than likely I could see Tyler, I could see Danny. There's tiers, I think, of people who could be going.
Yeah, because I also see a situation where Christmas actually wins one of these.
Okay, this is a crazy thing here.
And the reason why is because I think she's going. And usually whatever, I think the opposite happens. So I'm going to be like, oh, Christmas is done tonight. And then, it'll be the first OH and we'll be like, oh, Christmas is won.
I'm going to put something crazy out there right now. I'm not saying I want this. Let's make this very, very clear. If you want some chaos, Christmas winning HOH may not be the worst thing because Christmas is probably going to go after Danny. Is someone going to mention to Christmas that Cody was really contemplating making her a replacement? Because if there is a situation, and this is a big if, where one HOH gets to get rid of two people, if Christmas is in power, maybe this is one of the few ways Cody actually gets evicted during all of this. It's hard.
I think I think that Cody, this is the time for people to take their shot at Cody. I'm sorry, Cody fans. But if he doesn't go during this time, he's winning the show. I've said this for a couple weeks and I still feel that. The problem is that the only way that I can see Cody actually going is if this is a thing where there's 3 people on the block. Cody needs to be up against Danny and ENZO, because they're the 2 people who would be voting to keep him. They need to not have those votes out there, and that is the only way that this could maybe happen. I just don't know.
Yeah, and I don't really know either, because even if Christmas does this, I don't know if she would put ENZO on the block, and that sort of adds, because everybody likes ENZO, yo. This is the problem. ENZO, to me, your guy ENZO is the one person who I feel absolutely confident will not be evicted under any circumstance tonight.
No, I just don't think so. I mean, unless there's some situation where he's the last person who is not part of the committee and the committee hasn't turned on each other yet. So if Kevin goes, then David goes, and then it's like, okay, well, ENZO's the only other person that's not part of this committee. And then we've got someone like, I don't know, Nicole, that's the HOH here, and then, what is she going to do? She's not going to kick out the committee members, she's going to kick out ENZO.
It's really, really hard to figure all this sort of stuff out, because everybody's got these weird allegiances at this point.
Yeah, they do.
Like, you've got the wise guys, if that's really a thing. You've got Danny, who still seems to think that the Core 4 is really some sort of thing, even though ENZO has been wanting to get her out since, like, his HOH reign.
Yep.
It's all funny, and really, though, I think we're both in agreement that Danny, Christmas, David's going to spend a lot of time on the block tonight.
Yeah.
I have Danny and Christmas as the 2 people getting evicted beyond Kevin. You're leaning more towards David being one of the 2, though, I think,
yeah,
right?
I think David is going to go, and I think Christmas is going to go. I think this is the time that they're going to shoot their shot on that.
Well, and this is the thing, because this is Big Brother 22. We should all know at this point to temper our expectations a little bit here. I don't think it's going to be crazy so much as we're going to have our jaws on the ground for the people who are evicted. I just think the reactions will be fun, because Danny probably will be very stunned at some point during it. Christmas will be very turned up. That will have to be what gets us through.
I could see a situation where we're going to end up seeing like a Christmas and a Danny go, and then we are left in a situation where there is only one woman left in the house.
here is the wild card. Because we've talked through a lot of realistic scenarios here based on
Yep.
everything we have seen on the feeds. And then in comes David Alexander, suit of armor, swinging the sword. He is ready to conquer the house. And
I have no idea what he would do. He doesn't really talk to us as much as I wish that he did. He doesn't have any allies in the house, so he's not talking to any of them. I really don't know what he would do. We know that him and Memphis have had, some problems for a while. He's got some problems with a few people. I just don't know what he would do. That's why I love him.
Okay, let's try to psychoanalyze David here for a moment. We know that at one point David felt like there was a strong core that included Ian, Nicole, Danny, and Cody, I believe. And
Yep.
previously he said that he wasn't going to waste an HOH getting rid of Memphis. I know times have changed a little bit, but with that being said, he still may feel this way somewhere within his heart. David
No.
can cause chaos.
He can cause chaos, and I think that he will. It's just, watching the show last night, and he took the money. It was Cody that kind of came to him and was like, listen, dude, why did you do that sort of thing? Okay, listen, we got a plan. We'll smooth it out. We'll figure it out. Cody has been really trying to build a little something here with David. So would David take that shot? Maybe, but I don't know.
Here's my advice to David. If I could get on that balcony where Dr. Will was and shout some things to him, I would say, David, these people, they don't respect you. And I hate to say that, but because I love David, but they don't respect him as a game player. Maybe they do as a person. And ultimately, to me, the only shot he has at this point is to win a ton of comps, make a lot of moves, get that resume in. If he gets rid of a Cody or a Tyler or a really big player, if he gets rid of even a Nicole, a winner, like those are moves that I think would buy him some respect. And right now, I think Cody said the only way he would vote for David to win is if David's in the final two and he suddenly unmasks himself and he's been like, I'm a Big Brother super fan this whole time and I just completely lied to all you people.
Yeah, which is crazy for Cody to say because we've seen Godfrey do almost exactly that, where he played this game where he was like, oh, I'm not going to let people kind of know that I'm as smart as I am, I'm as good as I am. And then at the end, he did that. And he was like, haha, I'm actually really smart. And I knew this and I knew that. And people are like, whatever, man. We didn't see any of that from you. We lived with you for months.
I don't think that works with these people, David, but
no, I just think that the only chance David has is if he wins his way to the end and then maybe brings somebody like Nicole, who's already won.
I think he's going to have to do very specific things, but my worry for David, I don't know how well David's going to do in a memory competition about studying the events of this season. I have not been seeing him crack open the books metaphorically here.
Yeah, I don't know. Oh, David, come on.
Hey, if it is the Big Jeff Memorial Clown shoe, I mean, you can do it, David, because he really didn't do that much in OTEV, so... All right, we'll turn this over to you guys, but we had to do a triple eviction preview. It is almost here. What do you think is going to happen? Who do you think is going to win HOH or HOHs?
Yep.
Give us your people besides Kevin, who's probably going you expect to see. Let us know, and if you like this video, subscribe, give us a like, support us further. We will be back later tonight, and we hope to see you then.